Seattle's honestly, it's not what you think. I forget, during the run, I actually saw I'm pretty sure I saw a lady of the evening being dropped off by a Prius to her tent. This video is going to be over the course of the next 3 days. Tomorrow we leave for Seattle, Washington, and I thought since I'm trying to do like more, put more days within videos and everything else to make a more complete story, I figured I would make a single video for this trip. It's going to be a quick trip, and we're going for work, but I'm really excited to be going, and I think that I'm excited to do it this kind of format too. We had not a super early flight today. We've actually been at this airport when TSA was actually closed. Fun fact, Nashville Airport's TSA opens at 4 a.m. And if you get here before, then you're just going to be sitting like in the lobby before you go through TSA, like basically on the curb. But all that being said, we didn't have to do that today. Our flight is at 8:15, which honestly for me, I think that's like kind of the sweet spot. Maybe a little bit later. That way, like all of the people that travel for like work and everything else, that have to be like in an office early, get out of there, and it's just mostly like tourists and like other people that are traveling. It's kind of like in between times. But anyway, all that being said, we didn't have a crazy early. We didn't have to get up super early today to catch our flight. Anyway, all that being said, we're here. We have about 30 minutes before our flight leaves, and then we have a layover in Sacramento, and then I think we finally get to our destination, which is Washington. One of the things that has really made me not hate air travel so much is getting a lounge card, and the only problem with it is, one, they're expensive, but two, not every airport has a lounge. But this one that we have a layover in for 3 hours does have a lounge, but the lounge is probably one of the smallest that I've been in, and some of them can be massive, like some of them have like swimming pools, showers, and all that stuff, and then some don't even have like bathrooms or like snack bars. Like the one in Nashville just has it's just like a little pods that you can stay in, and this is like somewhere in between. It has like food, and it has kind of like a sitting area, but it doesn't have bathrooms or anything else. I have like I mentioned before, I have a 24-mile run tomorrow, and if I'm being completely honest with you, I haven't had nearly as much food as I normally would need to consume. Typically for that kind of stuff, what you eat the day before has a large impact on how good or bad the run is going to go. And there's some personal issues going on that's preventing me to want to eat, and because of that, I'm significantly lower or behind on the amount of food that I should probably be eating. There's some blockage. It's currently 5 a.m. And one of the things that I really do enjoy changing like time zones and stuff, specifically for running, is right now to my body it's 7 o'clock, and typically at 7 I would be like trying to frantically get out of the house to try to run between like 6 and like 6:30, just to beat the humidity. But all that being said, it's currently 5 o'clock and I am totally fine, and I'm wide awake. So the plan is to, I'm going to do a 10-mile run today. So I'm going to I found a green weight trail that's like 27 miles. So I'm going to run 5 miles one way, and then 5 miles the same way that I came. I have my sunglasses and my flashlight because I'm going to be running in the dark and hopefully in the sunshine. We came from all the way up there.
things that I really do love about traveling. It's probably the biggest thing that I really do enjoy is being able to experience different cities in different regions, especially in the United States, but this is also internationally. But when you travel, you get to experience different places and how different places operate. And to go further in that, one of the reasons I love running and why I'm so adamant about running when we're traveling is because you get to experience all of that stuff on an amplified level and on a very different level. You get to see all of the good and all of the bad. It's just over 4 a.m. and I'm running. I'm 4 miles into my run because we're actually going to do something really fun today, but it's early, or we're doing it early, so I had to get up earlier. I'm excited for today, but honestly, running at 4 a.m. in any city is like, it's at 4 a.m. cities completely change. Anyway. Feels great though. Do you know memories that you have in your childhood, and you have nothing but good memories from them, even if like you weren't really thrilled when you were a kid to actually go do them, or maybe like you would rather go do something else and your parents kind of drug you, but then in hindsight you're really glad that you actually did those because those are some memories that you actually cherish? Well, for me, going to national parks and going outside and walking around on trails and stuff like that was very much part of that for me. When I was there, a lot of times I wasn't really thrilled to be there, mostly just because you would have to drive for hours and sit in the car for hours. But once I was there, I was always really, really glad that we did it. And I'm even into that gratitude and that gratefulness is amplified even more the older that I get. So whenever we go to national parks, especially ones like this, where it does actually remind me of the parks that I grew up with on the West Coast, it really, there's something, it has a special place in my heart. And I think it's really cool now that I get to actually do it with friends and my wife and everything else. Like, it makes me look forward to when we have kids, because then I actually get to share those memories with them and kind of drag them unwillingly and probably kicking and screaming, because honestly I did that. But I know in hindsight that they'll enjoy it. You know, I didn't realize this till we were driving here, but Savannah actually reminded me that we've actually been to this park before. We didn't do any hiking, we just drove around because we didn't have a lot of time, but we have actually been here before, and it's really pretty. It honestly kind of reminds me of Yosemite, right? So we were talking about the drive-in was really like, yeah, if you've been to Yosemite, you know what I'm talking about. I actually knew this or not, but that is actually a volcano, and I guess all of these, that's kind of cool, but that guy's huge. When you start running in different, like just exploring different cities and downtowns, you get to go into the places that are really, really good and really polished because of tourism, but you also get to go into the places that are necessarily not so polished and not so great and kind of, just less desirable. But I think that helps paint a picture of what a city really is like. Because I think when you visit a place and you just do all the touristy things, you kind of rob yourself of an authentic experience simply because you don't really experience those things that make it a little more challenging to live in a city. And Seattle has been nothing short of that. There are things that I do enjoy about it, but there are also things that I really, if I lived here, then I would want to change and hope that things wouldn't last or continue to be the way that they are. All that being said, like every place, there are things that are good about it, and there are things that aren't so good about it. Running at 4 a.m. because we had to get up really early. It was literally just me and like the crackheads, so I got to experience that too, which I've never experienced. I told Savannah that honestly, for a lot of the run, I wasn't feeling super safe, but that's okay. I think we're getting dinner now.